Par for the course?
Just my school, huh? Like, I was in like, soccer, and, like, so one of my own team broke my arm, and I was like, didn't think that was that weird. Like, he just got, so... It was a weird school, I guess. I just didn't realize.
You have a remarkable tolerance. Somebody on my own team broke my arm, and I'm like, I guess that's what happens.
Well, I was pretty mad about it at the time, I will admit.
That's fair, yeah. No, I understand that, yeah.
Did the guy who went into politics turn out to be Judge Dredd?
There isn't a lot of differences between this person and Judge Dredd, or how he would see himself as a Judge Dredd. Like, characters, yeah. I remember, like, the gym teacher not believing me that my arm was broken, and so I pulled my arm up and I was holding on to it like it was broken in the middle. Like,
Okay.
Both bones were broken.
Oh.
And I was holding it together and I was like, "You broke my arm!" And I started swearing at this kid, and the gym teacher getting mad at me for swearing. He was like, "He broke my arm." He's like, "Shut up!" And I was like, and I did this, but of course the bone here did this in the middle, right? Like, it was, I was in shock, and was like, the pain was just like I was not paying attention. And the gym teacher threw up.
Yes! Yes! I knew it!
He's like, oh, as he should. It's like,
I've never seen
and his solution was, go to the office and tell them what's happened. So I went to the office, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll call your mom." And they sat me down, and my mom worked nights. She worked graveyard, and I guess the phone had got knocked off the hook. So they kept on calling my mom, and it was busy. And no one was answering. And I don't know how long I was in that office. It felt like hours, as I'm just holding my arm, trying not to move, because every breath is excruciating.
They didn't even give you like a splint?
No aspirin, no splint, no maybe we should just drive him to the hospital, maybe we should call an ambulance. No, they were just like, try not to look directly at him because it freaks him out. Every single person that came into the office, like literally just went shocked, because I guess all the blood had left my face, because I was in complete shock. Eventually, after about I don't know how long, I was like, you could, actually the future poli-sci major's mom, she lived like a block away from us. I was like, you could call this person's house and she'll go up and wake my mom up and tell her to come pick me up. And my mom was so mad when she came, and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, he's got his arm broken."
Oh, good. Not mad at you.
Okay.
She was not mad at me.
Two different
the way this story was going, John X.
And then I was grounded because some other
not
kid
too sure,
broke my arm.
The rest. And so I went to the hospital, and then the doctor was like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal." And he grabbed my wrist and my elbow and said, "This might hurt," but I hadn't gotten any painkillers at that point. It just went like this and pulled the bones apart.
Like a slinky?
And pulled it out and then put it back together.
Oh.
And that's why I can't feel anything in this side of my hand. And then I've got one finger smaller than the other because it severed the nerve. And,
questions I never thought to ask.
So I was like, I've broken both those bones as well, but it wasn't like it was a fracture. They were still holding on. They did all the right things with me, so I'm fine, but I remember the pain. And then you start describing this, and I'm ready to puke now, remembering the pain I was in, and like, okay, triple that.
Yeah. No, it was unpleasant, and it was broken so bad.
It was unpleasant.
It was unpleasant.
Was it unpleasant?
Yeah, it was.
How are you still conscious through all of this?
I don't know, but I broke
Terrible luck.
I broke it so badly that I couldn't use this arm for more than a year and a half.
It's your dominant arm too.
It's my
right?
dominant arm, so I had to teach myself to write with my left hand. So I'm ambidextrous through training, not through natural ability.
Damn.
I mean, look at the bright side of everything.
I can write with my left hand now. It's not as neat, but it's close. Yeah.
That was the sound it made.
That's
Casually throwing in, this is why one finger is shorter than the other. That's choice storytelling.
Yeah, one little finger that's shorter than the other.
Hey Johnny, while you're up there, your belt buckle's amazing.
You like
It
this?
really is.
What is it?
It's a bus.
It's
Nice.
Yeah. My sister-in-law Tanya got this for me, and
That's rad as hell.
I've never worn it anywhere else but here. Well, starting yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hearing all of this stories about your high school experience really puts the whole sweater vest knife fight thing in a
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Things make a bit more sense now.
Yeah,
all of a sudden.
that gym teacher was also as happens a lot of times in high schools, he was also the social studies teacher and just had like no concept of anything of the social political world at all.
He just kind of got thrust into this position.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him, but like not so bad for him that because he also let me just languish in agonizing pain and tried to punish me for having my own arm broken.
Adults are stupid.
Yeah.
Though, let's be fair, like, because people are stupid, so adults are stupid. I was playing on a construction site when I was 5 years old, as you do, where they're building a house. I swear I've told this story before.
Oh.
And with friends of mine, and we were chipping away at the dirt, and one of them pushed a giant, this is in winter, and one of them pushed over a big ball of dirt which was frozen together and yelled, "Get out of the way," and I, not seeing where it was coming from, I leapt, and because I'm right-handed, I leapt to the right, which is where the ball was rolling.
You rolled right into it?
And rolled right into it. It rolled right over my pelvis and broke it.
Oh,
at 5 years old.
That's not a bone you like to hear about being broken.
And my understanding is, because it was 35 years ago, so it's fuzzy, but I tell this the same way every time because it must be true, is that one of the workers came over, this is a residential area, one of the workers came over and saw what we were doing, heard the screaming and crying, and shooed everybody off, and I refused to leave because I was laying on the ground, not really processing much.
In pelvic agony.
Yeah, my brother was still there. He's 3 years older than me, so this story's probably more his. And the construction worker trying to get rid of him, and he's yelling at him like, my brother's hurt, and he sees our bikes, and so he picks me up and sets me on my bike.
Oh!
And I fall over.
Yeah!
And continue to scream and cry, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with whatever's going on, so he leaves.
This is a real mensch.
Yeah, and my brother goes, we only live 3 blocks away, so my brother goes home, gets my mom, I'm laying on the ground by myself, no one around, I've stopped crying so much because, of course, no one's around, and you're just kind of like, what's happening?
Bleeding internally from your pelvic region.
You know how it is.
As you do.
And I saw, what I remember is laying on my side and watching my mother drive up onto the property, because this is the school grounds, it was right next to the school grounds, so it was on the school grounds. She drove up onto the school grounds in our Jeep. And I'm like, it's not, you're going to get in trouble for that because it's not where you're supposed to drive a car. And she bundled me into the back of the Jeep, laying me down because she's figured he must be broken somewhere, and took me to the hospital.
I've known that about you for a while.
Thank you. And I got an X-ray done, and
You've got proof.
yeah. and so my dad had shown up by this point, and they went into wherever the doctor took the X-ray. He slammed it into the thing, and he's looking at it. He's like, no, there's nothing here. He's faking. There's nothing. He's just faking. He just wants attention. He's fine. Don't worry about it. As he's saying all this, another doctor's walking by and looks just seeing what's going on, looking in the room, saw the X-ray, and then stopped in the hallway and walked in and said, what are you talking about? And he pointed at the fracture on my pelvis. It's like from here to here, it's like, he's got a big fracture. He shows my parents, like, come in here and look at this. It's like from here to here and whatever, what happened? And they're talking. And I guess in the interim, they turn around and the other doctor's now gone.
Yeah.
Just melted.
Pretend to not be there.
And yeah, and that's why I ended up in the hospital for 3 weeks, unable to walk with a tent over my bed because the sheets apparently were so heavy that they were causing me distress.
I thought you were going to have
And
something
that's why
really
one
tragic.
of your legs are shorter than
and that is why I can't have children.
God, I hope that's not that. If that is the reason, then it's, when I find out eventually, that'll be a hell of a thing to find out. We're at 4:42.
We should probably stop telling awful
We had
stories.
a
about-
giveaway.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't really care. Wait, there's the bag.